you pay like me, so
Right.
all that, yeah.
Before we get started, if anybody has a cell phone, please silence it now.
That's true.
Good morning. It is 9:30 a.m. Wednesday, June 9th, 2021. I'm Mayor Chris Martin, calling to order the regular session of the Logansport Board of Public Works and Safety. We'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Mr. Terry?
Here.
Chris Martin?
Here.
Dick Clark?
Here. Start with the approval of minutes for the June 2nd, 2021 meeting.
I just have a question.
Sure.
The whole narration basically about the community foundation and the check, are we going to let that stand as stated?
I'm sorry, what?
The returning of the check from the community foundation.
Yeah, that was approved Monday, correct? From the council.
Okay.
So it's back in the account.
Okay.
It's ready, yeah.
I mean, it just says the check was coming back, and Deanna Crispin wanted to make sure it came back the next day.
She emailed about
Okay.
it, but yeah, we got this all.
We had to check when that was presented.
Okay.
Yeah.
Returned right away.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It just doesn't read that way. It's all
Yeah,
Sure.
that's as we heard it, at least.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion that we approve the minutes. You can second.
I'll second.
Any further discussion? Call for question.
Dick Clark?
Yes.
Mr. Terry?
Yes.
Chris Martin?
Yes. Next up is the approval of claims for $133,426.06. This includes claims of $28,586.04, police pension payroll $40,740.13, and fire pension payroll $64,099.89. I'll make a motion to approve the claims as presented.
I'll second.
Any further discussion? Call for question.
Chris Martin?
Yes.
Mr. Terry?
Yes.
Dick Clark?
Yes.
Any public comment? Anyone in the audience who has a comment, please come to the mic, state your name and address. Seeing none. Old business, city street closure request. This was tabled from last week. Tony? Neighborhood Tavern 1-year anniversary on the 19th of June from 10 a.m. to midnight.
Yeah, I think we talked to Mr. Sadler's here. We talked to him last week. He made a change on this form to clear the road by midnight that night. That was our only issue with it last time, so I don't think there's any issues with it now. And again, at 10 o'clock, the band's going inside, so they don't get a variance on the noise.
Nice.
And that they won't be closing for the night.
All right. Good to know. Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate the help.
Thanks for working with us on that.
Absolutely. I'll make a motion to approve the city street closure request for Neighborhood Tavern's 1-year anniversary on the 19th of June from 10 a.m. to midnight.
I'll second.
Any further discussion? Call for question.
Lisa Terry,
Yes.
Jake Paulson,
Yes.
Chris Martin.
Yes.
Congrats, looking forward to the event.
New business contracts and agreements, Logansport Riverwalk feasibility study agreement. Jacob?
So this is a study that we're going to work with the firm on to find some ways to utilize our rivers once the dams come down and we have all of those opportunities, but we're going to table this until this can go to the Parks Board. So,
Yeah, I'm going to take this to the Parks Board tonight so they're aware as to what's going on, so everyone's on the same page.
But for clarification, the monies, if this does come to fruition, will be city money and not Parks money.
well, for this, yeah, it would be out of the Board of Works contractual.
So this comes out of the contractual services as far as this goes. But the actual thing, whatever it may be, we would then go to council and talk to them and say, hey, here's what we've got, just like we've done with all the rest of our projects. We kind of take the, planning part of it and don't bother council with the finances until we actually have a game plan, and then we say, okay, here's what we got. So that they don't have to spend the money on stuff like that, so. But I'll make a motion to table the Logansport Riverwalk feasibility study agreement.
I'll second.
Any further discussion?
Yes. I just want to go on record saying that with the memorial home and the 90 other things that people keep coming forward, great ideas, I think it is a great idea, but I just don't want the memorial home to get lost in translation. That's
Sure.
all.
Of course. Call for question.
Jake Paulson,
Yes.
Chris Martin,
Yes.
Lisa Terry.
Yes.
All right. Contracts and agreements, air monitoring gift. Dave Morris?
Good morning, Dave.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, my name's Dave Morris, City Council President. And I think everyone knows that at the Monday night meeting, we approved an ordinance that would accept a gift of an air monitoring system and weather instruments to more or less track the elements that are in our air on a continual basis. There's been a real concern in our community. It's just another way for us as a community to protect the public safety. I don't really know that these had to go before you guys, but for complete transparency, I want to bring them to you. I have the gift agreement from the coalition for the purchase of these instruments, and then the agreement with our consultants that we would hire Malcolm Gerald to help us learn how to do the testing on our own and send the sampling in. The Logansport Municipal Utility Superintendent Greg Toth has agreed that the wastewater treatment lab employees would learn how to do the testing, and at a certain point that would alleviate the need for the consultant.
Nice.
But for the time being, we feel like it's necessary to bring him on board. We'll be setting up like a protocol that would tell us if they go beyond these parameters, this is who we're going to contact, whether it be IDEM or whoever. So we've got some work to do yet as far as how we're going to use the information that we acquire. But like I said, this one of the issues that I've had to answer to and not had answers for in the past is concerns in our community about health issues. And why do we have the health issues at the rates that we do? So this is the way for us to monitor. We're not trying to put anybody out of business, merely keep them in compliance as they do their work. And so my hope was just to bring this before you and have the mayor sign on and myself sign on to these agreements at the end of the meeting. And at that point, we'd be ready to purchase some equipment and start the installation.
So question, with the gift acceptance policy, I know there's been talk in the past about gifts like the fountain, maintenance, whatever. Is there anything, everything after the gift is given, then we would absorb any maintenance or whatever? in the future, and the city understands it.
Well, part of the ongoing, for at least the near future, the 2 years that we may contract with the consultant, the calibration and those type of
Right.
things would be part of that contract. Now, if we go
Gotcha.
beyond that point, that's all negotiable. But we ran this gift agreement past Kelly. I don't know that he had any concerns with it. We never really heard back from him. And I know that, I believe Dwayne's interpretation is these would become part of our inventory. So,
I'll make a motion to approve the air monitoring gift agreement and Sycamore Row LLC.
I'll second.
Any further discussion? Call for question.
Chris Martin,
Yes.
Dick Colson,
Yes.
Lisa Terry.
Yes.
Thank you, Dave.
Thanks, Dave.
Thank you.
All right, Street Department monthly report for May of 2021. Tony?
Good morning.
Had 100, go ahead.
Yeah, well, I was just gonna hit some highlights, the 165 loads of brush. I'm not sure how many people are aware, we pick up brush every other week, and it pretty much takes the whole week to get the whole town ran. And, as summer goes, it takes 8, we have 14 guys down there, count myself, it takes 8 of us to run the brush jobs. So every other week, we used to do it every week, but it got into like Thursday and Friday, and we didn't have time to do any street department stuff, it was just picking up brush. Contractor loads, at some point I'd like to revisit. I mean, since we've had that compost site, like late 80s, we've never raised the price for contractors. It's $20 a load. I think that's something we can look into maybe raising, because one, they pass it on to their customer anyway. They just jack up their price, so we might as well make a little bit more money out there. Yard waste bags, we had 75. There was only one emergency call out. Picked up another 260 tons of sweeping this in the past month. We've started our second lap around town now, so the majority of the winter sand is off the roads, other than where cars were parked the first lap. So we're getting there on that. 138 hours cleaning catch basins, 44 hours with potholes, another 47 and a half hours spent on alleys. We don't always put stone in an alley. If there's plenty, we just send the grader out and we'll have them go. We'll just send him to a side town. He'll go up and down every alley and fix what needs fixed. We started, Chad's been mowing city lots. Chad spent 21 and a half hours mowing 13 different properties on mowing violations. We spent 90 hours working with LMU on tree removal. We've been doing real well with them lately. They have a new tree cutting crew, and then Dar Shively's in charge now, and Dar works well with us. He's made them available a little more often. There's been times there have been people on that list for a couple of years that, we know it needs to come down, but they have to be available, we have to be available, and that's been working out really well for us so far. And then we spent 8 hours, we had the grader out for a day out of Dainfield, getting that parking lot back in shape. That's something we do pretty much every year to non-profit. We like to help when we can.
We appreciate that. All right, I'll make a motion to approve the monthly report for May 2021 for the street department.
I'll second.
Any further discussion? Call for question.
Lisa Terry.
Yes.
Dick Colson,
Yes.
Chris Martin.
Yes. Thank you, Tony. Dumpster requests, 2026 East Broadway.
This is another one. The dumpster's there already. When they call us, they need it the next day. I have a hard time telling them no, so we go ahead and let them do it. I mean, I go check it out first, make sure there's nowhere. So I always tell them, if there's anywhere on your property, you can do that.
Right.
But I prefer not to have them on the street anywhere, but sometimes it's inevitable. This is one of those situations where it's inevitable.
This is to re-roof. So we need it for the re-roofing. I'll make a motion to approve the dumpster request for 2026 East Broadway.
I'll second.
Any further discussion? Call for question.
Chris Martin.
Yes.
Dick Colson,
Yes.
Lisa Terry.
Yes.
And dumpster request for the front of 928 Garfield Avenue.
And same situation here, they needed it right away. I do make it clear to them that it's 2 weeks, and if they need it longer than 2 weeks, they need to do this again, and there won't be an exception made for them, that, we'll have to take it away. So, if I make an exception for you the first time, the second time you have to follow the rules.
Right.
And so far, so good.
Can citizens find this information on a website, or how do they know it if they don't know it? That's my question.
I don't know, that's a legitimate question. No,
It is.
I don't know that there's much of anything anywhere. The majority of people don't know it. And they don't know that they need,
work on that.
they need the city's.
Well, it just seems like it's so reoccurring.
Oh, it is.
It's weekly.
Mhm.
And if we could help educate people, that would be great.
And, and I have talked to a couple people out, one of them, I went and looked and you got room. You can't park in your driveway for a few days, but,
Right.
that's less inconvenient for me than it being on the street.
Right.
So,
Gotcha.
For
I
sure.
prefer to not have them on the street.
Right. I'll make a motion to approve the dumpster request for the front of 928 Garfield Avenue.
I'll second.
Any further discussion? Call for a question.
Dave Holmstall,
Yes.
Lisa Terry,
Yes.
Chris Martin.
Yes. All right, and an application for curb street cut for Variet, north side of High Street from LMU, pole number going east to LMU, pole number at 4410 High Street.
Yeah, this is in the right of way and it's boring under, so I have no issues with that. It's not going to disturb any asphalt.
Okay. I'll make a motion to approve the application for curb street cut for 4410 High Street.
I'll second.
Any further discussion? Call for question.
Chris Martin,
Yes.
Lisa Terry,
Yes.
Dave Holmstall.
Yes.
Thank you, John.
Thank you.
Code Enforcement Weekly Report, Randy and Jamie. 3 violations were issued, 4 violations were cleared, 3 vehicles were red tagged, 5 first notices sent to the property owner for weeds and mowing, 13 were cleared, 5 were mowed by the city, and 1 second notice was sent to property owners. We have 5 notices to appear that have been issued and no property cleanup requests for this week. Sound about right? Anything you want to add to that?
Try and pick it up as quick as I can.
Sure. 14th Street Marsh location is looking better, so we appreciate your hard work on that and getting that done, so. All right, I'll make a motion to approve the Code Enforcement Weekly Report.
I'll second.
Any further discussion? Call for question.
Dave Holmstall,
Yes.
Chris Martin,
Yes.
Lisa Terry.
Yes.
Thank you. Board member comments, Lisa?
No, I have nothing.
I heard you went to the fountain.
I went to the
More
fountain. They are working on the fountain.
Good.
Well, I want to thank Dave Morris and the Citizens Coalition for their work on doing the air monitoring. I mean, I think that's a constructive step in the right direction on that whole debacle that's been going on. So good to see that going and a good partnership with the community. And then also I want to remind everybody to check out the new mural that's going down there at Black Dog. I was down there this morning. It's looking really nice and exciting to see, the high school kids and community members really striving to make our place look better. So that's it.
Absolutely. All right. Miscellaneous business and any matters not already considered, including ADA Section 504 compliance or concerns. Seeing none, I'll make a motion to adjourn at 9:47 a.m.
I'll second.
Call for question.
Lisa Terry,
Yes.
Chris Martin,
Yes.
Dave Holmstall.
Yes.
We are adjourned. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Yeah, I actually talked about that before. I'd like to get
Right of way acquisition. Monetization project or whatever.
Because I don't know how